is good, fellow Dramsters? This is Scott from Major Dramage welcoming you to our very first whiskey review. We got an absolute treat for you today. We have the Laphroaig PX cask, or a Pedro Jimenez cask. It's a sherry cask, finished whiskey from Islay. Anyway, we're going to get into a review of this. This is probably one of my favorite whiskeys of all time. You can't decide, but this one here, strong contender for the best whiskey I've ever had. So, without further ado, let's get into it. This whiskey happens to be from Islay, as I mentioned earlier. It's pretty hefty. It's not incredibly hefty like some of the cask strength whiskeys that you can get out there. But it is 48% ABV, so it's got some heat to it. It's a non-age statement whiskey, which means that it's not a 10-year-old, 8-year-old, 12-year-old, 21-year-old. It's made from, I think, their core line. It could be the 10, I don't know for sure. I couldn't find any information on it online, nor could I find any information on whether this bad boy was colored or chill filtered. So I apologize, the information was just not available to me. I'm pretty sure that it is colored though. Actually, now that I think about this, I think I remember seeing something about it being colored. And basically all they're doing is trying to strive for some uniformity in the market so that all the bottles look the same. This is a travel exclusive. I'm just gonna hold the tube up for you right here. Shablam. Now, that's a good-looking tube right there. I mean, as far as tubes go, that's a pretty good-looking tube. And just, because in case you want to see the back end of her. Oh, I'm covering up some vital information there. So, I don't know if you can see that if my camera's focused. There we go. So, yeah, that's a good-looking tube. You've heard me say it time and time again. You may have only heard me say it once, but I'm a sucker for good whiskey marketing. And Laphroaig they get it right. It's just understated. I love the colors they use. I love the logo. Again, it's just Laphroaig, but it looks the bomb, eh? I mean, they got the nice little black and white picture down there of the distillery, and yeah, I'm just digging that. That's really nice. So yeah, as far as coloration or chill filtration, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it is colored though. As far as Laphroaig, it's an Islay distillery. It's right on the coast of the islands there, for obvious reasons. But every part of the island is coast when you think about it. Listen, I told you you'd get a whiskey review. I didn't say you're getting intellect. Let's talk about this. You know what? Let's not talk about it. Let's just taste it. Because we can waffle on about distilleries and, all this sort of thing. I'm going to show you on the map here where the distillery is so that, in case you ever want to visit it. They got a beautiful visitors center right here. I haven't been there. I've been around Scotland, and strangely enough, I didn't hit any distilleries while I was there. What is going on? I don't know why, but I got to rectify that. I got to go back and I got to visit some distilleries. Can't wait, because I love Scotland. Scotland to me is that is where my heart is.
If it's no Scottish, it's crap!
It is just the most beautiful country, the most beautiful people, and of course, the birthplace of Scotland. What's not to love about the place? Anyway, so I'll show you on the map. You can see it here. Where the Laphroaig distillery is. Let's jump into talking about how this stuff tastes and how it smells and all that good stuff. It's got a gorgeous color to it. You can see that on there. I know the camera's focusing on my face, but if I put my hand there, maybe, there we go. See, that's beautiful. Nice amber hue. Again, I'm not sure if it's colored or not, but let's take a whiff here. Oh yeah. Oh man. So barbecued meats, right off the get-go, like a sweet, almost like ribs. You know what I mean? We get that char, that sort of sweet char. There's some fruit cake in there, some Christmas cake, with the dried fruits in it. Roasted banana, if you cut open a banana, if you've ever done this, you know what a s'more is, right? You can do the sort of same thing with a banana. What you do is you cut the banana lengthwise across it, right? And you stuff it with the little marshmallows, little tiny ones, and some chocolate, chunks of chocolate in there, and then you basically it's still in the skin, and then you roast it over a campfire. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this, like a roasted banana, like a ripe banana, but roasted, like soaked sultana raisins, like a butter tart. And inside the butter tart, inside that oozy caramel stuff, there's those plump, juicy sultana raisins. It's like that. And yeah, it's funny, they mentioned almond and marzipan in the marketing. And I get that. The more I leave it out, the more I smell it, the more I can detect that sort of almond, marzipanish kind of quality to it. It smells absolutely gorgeous, but definitely getting that smoked meat kind of vibe from it. All right, let's taste it.
She's got a tongue like an electric eel, and she likes the taste of a man's tonsils.
Oh, yeah. So that's got some like hot candy, like those cinnamon hearts. It's mouth puckering, like my mouth is just watering right now. There's like a really quickly fading, very mature, raisiny sherry out of that as well. Oh man, yeah, that sweet smoked meat, almost like a teriyaki kind of vibe to it. It's got like a salty, sweet kind of smokiness to it. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. So yeah, because of the peat, because of that lingering peat smokiness there, and it's a big peaty. Whoa, that's good stuff. Because of that lingering peaty smokiness, you're getting like that medicinal kind of iodine-ish kind of mid palate a little bit. I mean, this is more of an advanced Scotch. This is not where you want to start. This is like a big advanced Scotch for those who like a lot of peat, a lot of smokiness, who basically like drinking barbecue in a glass. This is definitely the Scotch for you. If you love Islays, and even if you like Speysides as well, because I'm a huge fan of all Scotches. And I used to hate peaty Scotches, like medicinal Scotches were so off my list, I just wouldn't touch them with a 10-foot pole. And this was only like a year ago. I was all about the Glenfiddichs, and the Glenmorangies, all the Speyside, the Highland stuff. And then I got into Islays, and I can't remember what the gateway was for me, probably Lagavulin 16. And I'll do a review of that one later on, because that is like the bomb when it comes to, again, contenders for my favorite whiskey. But this is definitely an advanced Scotch. So if you're into that, heavy peatiness, lingering peat smoke, but with some sherry kind of vibe to it as well, like some sweetness. And it's not a cloying sweetness at all. Some of those Speyside, some of the sweeter Scotches, they have like a cloying honey, really mature honey kind of vibe to them, right? And sometimes like a candied fruit. This doesn't have a lot of that. It's got those banana, fruitcake, sultana raisin kind of thing, as I mentioned, but it's not overpowering. It balances beautifully. It's sweet, but not at the expense of the peatiness. And the peatiness is not, it's there. It's definitely like center stage, but it's not at the expense of the sweetness either. So this is a beautifully balanced dram, and one of my favorites for sure. This is dynamite. So if I'm going to rate this one, I'm going to say that the heat is up there. Like the initial sip is like, as I said, cinnamon hearts, that really sort of spicy, it's lovely stuff. I'm going to give this one on the heat scale like an 8 out of 10. As far as sweetness is concerned, hang on. 6.5. This is, like I said, this is a very balanced Scotch, so the sweetness isn't like cloying or overpowering at all. It's just beautiful. It's there because it needs to be there in this particular Scotch. It takes the best of Laphroaig and adds that little nuance of the sherry to it, the Pedro Jimenez cask sherry. And it's just gorgeous. What it imparts to the Scotch is just absolutely divine. So 6.5 in the sweetness. Now, As far as the peatiness is concerned, the peat, it is bringing the peat. It's bringing the heat, it's bringing the sweet, it's bringing the peat. So this one I'm going to give this is a 9 on the peat scale, because even now, I don't know how many seconds later it was since I took that last dram, but even now, it's lingering, it's a mouth-filling smokiness, and it's like little wisps dancing across the palate, little sort of flickers, little tongue flickers of smoke every once in a while, and it's absolutely beautiful. So if you're into a peaty Scotch that's got a hint of sweetness and that's got that little bit of fiery pepperiness. Now I haven't added water to this. I'm told that if we add water to it, it sort of enhances that marzipan almond kind of vibe to it, but I'm not a huge fan of marzipan, to be honest with you, so I'm not going to bother putting water in this. And I like the ABV where it is. I like the 48%. I think they hit the mark with that. I think it was a wise decision by the master distillers there when they were doing this, because it just lends itself so well to the rest of the flavor profile of the Scotch. And again, this is a travel retail exclusive, so you can only get this one in airports and duty free. I picked this one up where did I pick this one up? Toronto? I'm guessing. But if you're in a duty free and you see this on the shelf and you're looking for that, advanced Scotch that's got that massive peatiness, a little bit of spiciness, not a little bit, but quite a bit of spiciness on the palate because of that ABV, this is definitely a Scotch that you want in your collection. This is a banger. This one is absolutely fantastic, highly recommended. And that's that. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below as well. Let me know what you guys think of this if you've tried it. It is amazing. And be sure to hit that notification bell so you get all the updates from Major Dramage when we do a review, okay? Peace, cheers, sláinte, and I hope whatever you're drinking is old enough to order its own drink too. Ciao.